my name's Paul Folkes. I'm the KNX UK Vice Chair, and I'm here today to talk to you about boosting your business, improving your margins and how you can achieve that using building automation. You need to offer your clients a route to added value through sustainable design, offering building automation to reduce their costs, both at build and operation. You can offer your clients a 20% saving on their energy bill. And when you do that, when you say to them, I can give you 20% saving on your energy bill, that means they're going to be listening to you. But you must offer a building automation that's robust, effective, and it won't be outdated. A lot of companies will upgrade their systems, and often that upgrading ends up to a lack of operability. Now, that's not sustainable, so you need to look at a building automation that is sustainable. So that's what we want to have a look through today. So we're going to have a look at improved profit from sustainable design, automation for added value. That's for you and for your customers. And we're going to start with efficiency, energy targets, ventilation and overheating, and multiple systems on one platform. So the energy targets, these are not a problem. These are an opportunity to you. The change in building regulations last year shows a requirement for large reductions in energy demand between 2022 and 2025. We're talking about 31% carbon reductions in all new domestic buildings, a 27% carbon reduction in all new non-domestic buildings. This applies to domestic and non-domestic new builds, new build extensions, and installation of new materials or new technology. We shouldn't be just aiming for that 2022 target. We need to be planning ahead now to achieve the savings needed by 2025 and beyond. This requires immediate changes to the way that we think about construction methods and design of building services. So this is your opportunity, is offering that to your customers. Now, can you afford to lose that business? Building automation can help mitigate these stricter regulations, offering your client a route to the end product, that building that they want. The change in the building regulations, the introduction of Part O, which covers overheating last year, meant there are certain calculations that can be carried out to reduce that overheating risk inside. But there is also a part of that building regulation that says alternative methods. And now that's where building automation and your opportunities start. By using building automation, you can automate your shading, you can mitigate the overheating implications of large glaze surfaces inside the building by looking at inside and external temperatures, by using shading control and all of those elements. This is what building automation brings together. Now, clients still want large south-facing glazing, or they still want large glazing, and that south-facing glazing is something that is particularly affected by Part O of the building regulations. But if your client wants that, you can offer them a route to have that in their building. That to you is that opportunity. So we've also got to look even further forward to the Future Home Standard 2025 with reductions in CO2, very high fabric build standards, low carbon heating systems, and preparation for carbon zero by 2050. Again, these offer you as your business opportunities if you know how to offer your client proper building automation. So, can you afford to lose business? Don't get left behind. Offer your customer the options that they want. So, as I said, I mentioned Part O building regulations. How can you turn this into an opportunity? Well, the new regulations require increased insulation of airtightness and a reduction in solar gain. Now, it's interesting that the Part O really focuses on the overheating side of stuff, so the reduction in solar gain. But solar gain in the winter means free energy, free heating energy for that building. Using building automation, you can put that over to your customer, you can offer that to your customer so that they meet the new building regulations Part O, but also they can reduce their energy usage by encouraging solar gain in the winter. Now the challenge is increased insulation air tightness can result in overheating. Insulation air tightness targets will require ventilation systems. So reduced glazing can combat solar gain, but as I've just mentioned, also reduces free heat gain in winter and natural light. So the opportunity that building automation brings is to monitor and control these elements: ventilation, the shading, and that management of the solar gain throughout the entire year. So solution, opportunities, intelligent controls, proper building automation. The multiple systems, ventilation, shading, lighting, heating, but you need a single control solution. Lighting, switch off or dim lights according to the occupancy, the external light levels and the type of activity. Heating, monitor and control optimum temperature in relation to the external temperature and that solar gain. The occupancy, you don't want to be heating a room when there's no one in it, and the type of activity that's happening in that room. Multiple people in that room will increase CO2 levels, and you need to control that CO2 levels with ventilation. But you don't want the ventilation running all the time and throwing away potentially useful heat. The ventilation, the CO2 levels, the occupancy, heat recovery, and shading. Reduce overheating from solar gain, but retain the winter benefits of solar gain and natural light. How can you bring all of these various systems into one protocol, one control protocol? Use KNX. KNX as the single control platform. It links all those services and all those requirements. The occupancy, the sun tracking, temperature, activity levels. You can put timing on top of that as well. And you bring it into one simple control protocol. Now that equals energy saving and comfort and better business for you. You are offering your client these opportunities to save energy, to improve their comfort, and to deliver a building that they want. Now that's really important. So we'll look at the resources: sustainable buildings and sustainable technology. Resources, it starts with your message to the client. Sustainable buildings, sustainable building materials, energy efficient construction methods. A great deal of focus is on the sustainable construction materials and methods, but the effects of these can be limited if the services, the control services, become outdated or inefficient and require major renovation or even complete rebuilds. If the services infrastructure is designed to continue evolving and working without the need for upgrade or replacement, building life targets can be more easily met. The sustainable technology is key. KNX offers a single worldwide standard for building automation. One protocol accepted across the entire world. You can find projects in over 120 countries worldwide. That is what it offers to you. Backwards compatibility. Compatibility back all the way back to the start of the KNX protocol over 30 years ago. Those projects are still valid, they are still accessible, and all of the material and product within there can be worked on and worked in a new building. There is no compatibility issues. Modular functionality is decentralized. You don't end up with a central server that runs everything, which gives you that single weak point of failure. Each item is decentralized, so if you do get a failure, then you lose one section of lighting or one portion of the heating, rather than losing an entire area of a system. That offers your client de-risking that installation for them. Multiple systems on one platform, will say this again. One cable, one software that covers heating, ventilation, lighting, access, all of those elements. So that makes the install cost lower, so it reduces the capex. and it makes the facility management of that building moving forward cheaper. You've got one set of products to hold in spares, potentially you're dealing with one contractor. That's their capex. All of these offer your business, using KNX's building automation, opportunities to sell to your customers. And it evolves with technological advances. KNX has been around for over 30 years and it still uses that same core infrastructure, cabling and commissioning. It is also IP compliant. There is no problems with running an IP backbone. We've been using it. People are talking about IoT now, but we have been using IoT and IP backbones for many, many years. It's nothing new to what we do. And it adapts to the changing needs and the environmental challenges. So as new requirements, new building regulations come on board, or new products or new way of servicing those buildings, then KNX can be adapted to that. And of course it can be adapted across all building typologies, from a single house. My own house has it, which is a small 55 square metre fisherman's cottage in North Devon, all the way up through buildings like the British Library in London, Terminal 5 at Heathrow, all the way up to the Bird's Nest Stadium in Beijing. They all use KNX. They all use, from my tiny house up to the Bird's Nest Stadium, they use the same cable, they use the same commissioning software, not versions of it. It is the same commissioning software, and they use the same hardware across all of those building typologies. Residential, commercial, all the way. No changes. That is really important. It's a standardized solution. One software, one cable, one language, one integrator, you, and that one designer, which could also be you as well. This means that you can offer your services from your business to a multitude of clients, knowing one system. It's not just lighting control, it's not just cinema AV, it's not just heating control. This is one protocol, one system, one language, one commissioning piece of software that you buy once and you can use as many times as you like, and the same software does the same building, as I said, from a 55 square metre cottage up to the Beijing Stadium. It uses the same commissioning software. That makes it incredibly cost efficient for you and to offer your customers, your potential customers, answers that they want. The integrator, that's you. That is your opportunity. So we'll finish off by looking at the various applications. I've touched on them, looking at commercial and residential, and see how that pans out. Residential, it's the starting point for better profit margins. By starting on that residential side of stuff, you've got a large base of potential clients. You've got simple applications that are probably well known already. So you're looking at new build and renovation. So you can construct new homes suited to changing needs. So this allows you to offer those services, KNX's building automation, to the developer as well as the end customer. So that's improving and increasing your customer base. Specifying cables for controls in your new buildings. By using KNX, you specify one cable. So it's a simple install process for you, or for the cable installer, or for the designer. Wherever you fit within that part, or maybe all three of them, it makes it simple, and you know that by installing that one KNX cable, you can adapt and you can service the requirements of that end user. And you apply the same principles for renovations. So KNX has a very wide-ranging RF wireless capability, incredibly secure as well. Again, it runs off the same protocol, it runs off the same software, and you connect into at one point to the cable, and then you have an RF gateway that talks to all the RF wireless devices around the building. You've got no limitations on whether it be new build or renovation, or whether it needs to be wired or wireless. One system, one protocol, still talking the same language, still giving the same outcomes. Not different gadgets, different protocols that you're trying to then mix and match. It's necessity, not luxury. Your clients deserve this. They deserve to be able to pick and choose exactly what services that they want and when they want those and how they want those delivered. The client wants automation. That is a proven point across the entire market. By offering them true building automation, it allows you and them to adapt to exactly what they want to achieve, whether it be a pool control system, an AV system for their home cinema, or just down to simple lighting control, simple environmental control, shading, lighting, ventilation, all done automatically and controlled within the parameters that they set, that they want. And those intelligent controls, let's not forget, they really are necessary in the fight against climate change to reduce our energy usage. Whether the climate change question, whether you agree or disagree, by using intelligent controls, you still reduce the amount of energy that you need. Reducing the amount of energy is that key thing that customers want. Using less energy, they spend less money. So let's have a look on the commercial side. By using KNX, you have a protocol and a solution that is applicable for residential and commercial. So you don't limit your growth opportunities. As I've said before, ETS, the commissioning software, is applicable across both sets of types of installations without any changes to that software. You don't have to buy an extra block because you're doing commercial, or an extra block because you're now doing FCU control as opposed to MVHR control. You're using still the same piece of software. So you don't limit your growth opportunities. If your customer who's you've done some residential with now has a small commercial opportunity or a large commercial opportunity, you are capable of dealing with that opportunity. Public buildings and hospitality. So again, through the whole spectrum of building automation requirements. HVAC, so room control via KNX and easily linked out to the plant control. So KNX gives you field level, supervisory and management level control and adaptability. HVAC, lighting and shading, all under one protocol. Security, room management, occupancy reporting, usage trends. All of this data is on the KNX bus, and all of this data is accessible by you and your customers, so they can look at how their buildings are being used. Important in commercial applications. Multi-building systems in one location. So that allows your customers asset management. They might have buildings across the entire world, whether it be Australia, India, Africa, in the Americas, but they could have one asset management location for all of those in one place. It might be in London, or it might be that one particular place. But it doesn't matter where it is, because KNX is the worldwide standard. There is no limitations on where those systems can be installed. Amend, add to and adapt your peripherals without replacing the core system. So you can add additional, you could add room management for a hotel or room access via card. It doesn't mean that you have to change your core infrastructure system that controls the lighting, the heating and the ventilation. It is still one system. So what can KNX do for you? It gives you opportunities. It gives your business growth opportunities. Learn just the one system, not multiple different systems, multiple different applications. One system applicable to all. Efficient building operation, occupant comfort, improving energy efficient, reduced maintenance cost, security and improved life cycle. These are all things that you offer to your customer, your potential customer, your clients. That is your opportunity with KNX. KNX can deliver functionality, performance, scalability, usability, reliability, efficiency and longevity. And that's why KNX is the only worldwide standard for building automation. Okay, now you can get more information knxuk.org, or drop us an email and see how KNX can improve your business, improve your margins, and improve your opportunities. Thank you very much.